Channing, not sure if you intentionally are off camera, which I understand you may need to be, but just want to let you know we are not seeing you. So if you want to join, let us feel free to turn on the camera. Jim said he doesn't have it on his calendar, but if you can forward it to him again real quick, he can hop on, Shelby. So if you could take care of that, and I'll do a
it's Jim at New City Properties, right?
Should be.
I will send that.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully you all found last week's orientation to be helpful. I know it was a lot of information, probably left you with a lot of questions. The good news is you're going to be hanging out with us for a few years, so we're we got time to get everything, get you kind of fully up to speed, and hopefully everybody saw the email about the upcoming site visits and tours. I know many of you have took a tour last year, which is great. But if you and Connor, I think you're signed up for February, so that's great. But that'll help as we continue to get you all oriented. Really, the goal for today is to make sure that you all understand how to use our board management system on board, because this is really the main way that we share information with the board, all the board meeting documents, votes that the board needs to do, committee meeting content, like all of it is kind of run through on board. It's also where if you want to, find contact information about other board members, you can go there and get it. And it's got a lot of functionality. We do not use all of its capability. We use a decent amount of it. But really for today, I want to let Shelby walk you all through the system, answer questions you have. I'm just going to listen because Shelby has kind of quickly become an expert in the system. Certainly I can jump in if there are any questions you all have that she can't answer. But that's the goal for today, so that when we send out materials next week and ask you all to answer surveys and stuff for in advance of the board meeting, that you know how to do all that. So.
Hey, Rob, just real quick on that. From logistically, when there is something posted to the system, do we get an automatic email from the system, or do you guys send out an email? Okay, so we do. Okay, great.
Yeah. It might be a bit of both, because it comes from onboard system, and I did want to make sure that the invitation didn't get sent to spam for you guys, because I believe every other onboard notification will be sent to spam. So if you can make sure that onboardmeetings.com is a trusted source for your email box, that would go a long way. But usually we follow up with another email just in case we didn't get a response or we were expecting one.
Yeah, that's perfect, Shelby. I don't know about you guys, but Coke loves to reset their spam and junk parameters on a periodic basis. So we have to constantly keep checking.
Yeah, I think my previous company, we had everything ended up going to spam, and then we were going to everyone's spam. So it was like we weren't even a real company. And I doubt that at this point that we were, but it caused a lot of trouble. Yeah. But I believe everybody has, I believe all but a few have actually signed up for their account. So I greatly encourage you guys to go on to onboardmeetings.com and follow along with me, because it's just a lot of stuff that I can send you through the navigation. I'll share my screen here in a moment. But for those who haven't done their login, haven't put together their login, I can walk you through setting that up. But I do want to make sure that Jim, Channing, did you guys get the invitation that was sent out, or did that disappear?
I am checking now.
I need to check.
I believe I sent another one last night just to resend it and make sure. But if not, then I can resend it. And this is one of those situations where hopefully it is a trusted source.
I see it now, and
Okay.
I will sign in.
Yeah, you just press that button and it'll send you to a password generator. You use that temporary password kind of as a key, and you create your password, and then you will be asked to log in, and it'll send you through a couple. Once you log in, it'll send you through a couple of just tutorial windows, like here's where everything is, but you have a live tutorial window here, so you don't need those right now.
So you said you sent it yesterday?
Yes, sir. It would be from onboard, but it would say something along the lines of Shelby Siemens has invited you. CH Henderson at integral-online.com.
Channing, it's it's from one word, ONBOARD.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay, wonderful. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll make sure that works. All right. Once you click through, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Once you click through all of those things that I mentioned, this will be your landing page. And you should see the same things I'm saying because I created this dummy account called Onboard Orientation to see this through your lens because we have Rob and I and other members of the team have a back-end view where we handle a lot more of the organization information and push it out to you when it is prepared. So if we can get onto this page, I did want to start off. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Jim and Channing, did it work okay?
I'm seeing two versions of the exact same thing.
That's wonderful. That's exactly what you should be seeing. Okay. So first thing that I'm going to take you through is your profile. I know that it asks for a lot of information, but it is all relevant information. I do insist. We do request that you put a photograph just so we see your lovely face whenever we're doing attendance or looking in the directory. And in the demographics section is very important for us to have that data on hand when grants and other reports require it. It is very important for them to know what the makeup of our board is for specific funding sources. So obviously you do not have to disclose everything about yourself, but it is helpful if you do. So that's that segment. I believe when you first signed in, it prompted you to fill in your additional board experience. You do not have to share with your other board, but it is nice to know what your previous background has been, how you have served in a board, and how you can serve us. Your contact information is probably the most important thing about any of this onboard program. If we could have your phone number so we can get in contact with you directly. I know we have some of y'all's phone numbers, but just as an example, previously I had to reach out to a few board members just to get an approval over the 50% line because it got lost in the inbox and we were just hitting a deadline. So it was so much better to be able to call directly. And then your address, while you may not want to give that personal information, it is great to have your address, one, for those grants that I was telling you about, so we know where our board is located. But also, we might want to send you goodie bags. I sent out T-shirts just last month, and we always have like new swag and stuff that we want to let you have a part of. So we'll move on from that. Your biography, that's just, you could probably just use your company biography. That's really just for you and this profile. But another important thing is your skills. Your skills are great for us to be able to kind of track on a board of our entire board skills. People who overlap, people who have different skills that we haven't considered or thought about. But these skills are important for knowing how well-rounded our board is in their skills and how we can best utilize you in pursuing our mission, and what you are willing to give us for that mission, for ABP's success. So if you could fill those out, obviously this is a lot of information right now. You don't have to fill out now, but sometime in the next few days, it would be important because we do have a grant coming up that needs more of the demographic information. Maybe not the skills, but the demographics. Here you can put your socials if you wish. And then at the bottom, you'll see your groups, roles, and terms. All of that is stuff that we assign on the back end. Your group, consider that your committee, which will be will be discussed, and you'll be able to join a committee after your first board meeting here on the 31st. So once that happens, we will adjust your group's roles and terms, so you'll be able to see all of that information. So on the profile, does anybody have any questions? Sometimes I can go a little fast, and I understand that.
So far, so good.
Wonderful.
Shelby, the only thing I just might add is, as you all try to get to know other board members, hopefully their profiles will be updated too. I confess we've had some people who have been on the board longer than we've had on board, and so it's possible that that we didn't do an orientation with them like this, although we will share this recording for anybody who might need it. But this can also be a way for you, as you click on other board members, to learn about them, since you all are obviously new to the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll show you guys the directory so you can be able to access other people's profiles for that purpose. So over here, we have the second tab of settings. This is where you can change your email if you have a better email. I do encourage your current email for your onboard account to be something that we can access, or that we can easily contact you. I know a few people have put their personal versus their company, so whatever is your choice, but the best way to contact you is ideal. You can enable your two-factor authentication, that's all you. But the most important thing that I wanted to point out in the settings category is this alternative notification email. This is where we can access, when I go to the directory and I access the settings area, that's where I find your assistants. I do have a few of your assistants on my my contacts list already. However, it's really good for this to be the point of truth where if an assistant leaves and you have a new one, like updating this is very helpful. And it's going to be the first thing that I go to when I'm going to a committee group and I want to reach out to everybody, and I don't want to like mess up. So I have the alternative email and I have the actual email. So adding that is a pretty important thing. I haven't used the calendar integration. Rob, have you?
I know we do that as a system, right? So when we create meetings and things, it will send. I mean, I don't think any of you all are going to be. I think this is more if you happen to be an admin role and like you were actually creating a meeting in here and you wanted to have it sync up with your calendar. But for our organization, we handle all that kind of administration of meeting setup. Yeah,
everything should be good through your internet or your email provider. So I wouldn't worry about that. I just wanted to make sure, but Down here, we do have e-signatures. Rarely, but it may happen. We will send out a document that will, or a survey that will require your signature as part of the acceptance of terms or something along those lines. So having this all ready to go would be helpful. Okay. So that is the settings, and now I'm done with all your personal information. Any questions on that front? Okay. One fun thing to know about this sidebar is against any of our wills, it hides some very important segments that I will show you now. So don't think that this is all you have access to. Down here, you'll see the directory, which is what I mentioned earlier. You guys will have access to this, so you'll be able to see, like, this is Andre Anderson, and this is all of his information. This is how you would be able to contact him if you needed. He's part of the board of directors, and he's part of one private group, which is one of the committees. So when you are included in a group or a committee, you can go over here to groups. We will add you in on the back end once you are selected, and you'll be able to see the demographics and the setup for that group. This is what everyone is a part of. This is the ABP board of directors. And if you're not, I believe you should be, yes, you should be in here already. This is just a general group, just to make sure we keep everything up to date. But you will see one or two more depending on the committees that you belong to. Roles and terms, you'll see what you have access to. You can see how long people have been on the board, which we've had some really wonderful, long-standing people serve with us. And we do all of these little ABP accounts. Those are for our staff to be able to join. We do have limited seats, so we condense where we can. Messenger, we don't really use it. You don't really need to use it. It doesn't really go to email, so that's just something that we can ignore. Actions, I'll actually do our meetings before I do actions, but this is everything that you have to address. But what I want to show you is the main thing that we use Onboard for, which is meetings. This is where we set up our meetings for everybody. Right here is the meeting for our orientation today. But it's mostly a skeleton of what you can and will see down the line when you get the invitations for the board meetings. So when you see a funny little link that says onboard, it sends you to the associated meeting link. This is a place where you can actually join remotely. Like if you were to join from onboard, it would send you right here, because I made sure that all of that information was involved. There's a book that you can see all of the documents and presentations and stuff in the agenda, but the agenda is our main point of truth. It is the place where everyone knows where they are. We're all on the same page, and leading up to the meeting, you know what you're going to be hearing for the next 2 hours. But because we have 2 hours, because that can be segmented out in any way, shape, or form, we want to make sure that the stuff that's wrote, the stuff that always is a part of a meeting that is necessary, approving the agenda, approving the minutes from the last meeting, approving the board meeting dates, or renewing board terms or other things. That's from our last, that is actually from our last meeting. That was the stuff that we just needed to decide on, to vote on right before our actual meeting. So we could get that out of the way and actually like connect and talk. We don't want to be we don't want to fill up our time with a lot of like reporting or voting, like, yeah, The agenda, yeah, sure. It's all right here, and it's stuff that you will get an email about prior to the event. I chose not to send you guys emails for this in particular because I didn't want you guys to click on it and be like, what's this? Was I supposed to do homework? You weren't. I just wanted to put together 2 approvals for you guys to see how this would work. I did this to test and make sure yesterday, but this document, this is the agenda for today. It's pretty bare bones, but like that's the meeting details, the agenda. Yeah, that seems pretty above board. I'm gonna go and view the approval, and I cast my vote for yes, I approve this because I made it. But for any and all of these pre-approvals, you will be able to go in and cast your vote for yes, no, or abstain. A key part of these approvals is we need 50% board approval for any individual motion or action item. So your vote is always counted. Your vote always matters. So if the more active you are in this, the better your understanding of the items will be, and the better everything will go in the background. We don't really have a lot of like really intense things that go up for approval before a meeting. That stuff can be talked about in the actual discussion. We do have the discussion board, or we can verbally talk about it before you cast your vote. We being not me, but like Rob or other individuals that may have put this up for a vote. Those are conversations that can happen. We're not a dictatorship. So that the rest of this I just pulled from other meetings. However, I will take you guys to the actual meeting that was created for the next board meeting. But before I do that, does anybody have any questions on the approval mechanism, or like what these meetings can do and do for you?
Shelby, I think you set this up so people could actually go in and vote on this live, right? Yeah,
Oh,
so
yes.
y'all won't break anything if you're logged in on your own and you just want to like walk through it yourself, and then
Yes.
we get kind of real time reporting on how the vote's going.
This is your test. This is the test that I have devised and didn't tell you about. No, but it's very good to be able to go in and press buttons that won't mess up anything else. So I wanted you guys to be able to do that. Wendy, another.
I'm sorry, just sorry, Shelby Dad, but to answer to kind of one of the questions earlier, like when we set up an approval like this, and there's an option when we set it up to notify everybody about it. So when we have actual things like this, we will notify you. So you will get an email that says, hey, there's a thing for you to go look at and approve and onboard.
Yeah. And a fun thing about because of the calendar integrations that we have on the back end, whenever you accept or deny a meeting or a board meeting, we will see it on the attendance list in onboard. So you don't have to do any extra RSVPing, though you can through your account. Analytics, these are just like fun little things that you can see, but it's not really necessary for anybody. But like these are 8% have viewed, 92% haven't viewed, that kind of thing. So it's good for our reporting. So I'll go back to the meeting list. So you guys can see the actual makeup of a board of directors meeting. This is the one for the 31st. We haven't set up the approvals for this yet. This is still a work in progress. So you will probably be seeing more emails come through in the next like week or so as we finalize the agenda and finalize the items. So this is just kind of what you'll be looking at. We'll have the pre-meeting review. Beth will welcome us. We'll have a conversation, a presentation from the nominating committee to welcome you guys. Tell everyone about like maintenance things, update their stuff on onboard, and just going through the motions of a board meeting. And as you know, like executive sessions are a thing that happens. And those topics will be decided upon ahead of time. Here, yeah, we haven't really put it out, so not a lot of people have viewed it. You can download any of the materials that have been uploaded in this into this meeting in an easy little zip file. Right now, it's just the agenda, but presentations and other things end up being added to this. When you're in person, you'll see this this onboard agenda on one screen and the actual presentations on another, if we're doing this correctly. And then online, I think it might be one or the other. I don't think we can share two screens at once, but this is always good to have up as reference if you are tuning in remotely, though we do provide breakfast and do like to have everyone as in person as possible. Right.
Yeah, the way it'll work, yeah, we do very much prefer that you're in person. You know, we'll have like time for people to socialize and everything before and after. But if you do need, you know, if you can't make it in person, if you're out of town or whatever, and join remotely, it's a Zoom or Teams call, and basically one of the host is going to be a camera of the boardroom. And then we have an owl, which if any of you are familiar with, it's kind of a device that the camera will kind of turn to whoever's talking. So hopefully you will be able to see a little bit more up close, not just a whole collection of people from far away. And then we'll share the essentially share the onboard screen, and we bring up the presentation within the onboard tab.
Yeah. Yeah, and we check all that ahead of time, so we make sure that you can see what you need to see. This is a bare bones of what you'll see on your meeting list. You'll see all the meetings that you've been invited to. Intermittently, the committees that you are a part of will have meetings likely in the month of the board of directors meeting. But you will also see those agendas and items in this meeting list. Another thing that's fun to have is this resources tab. A lot of these are dependent on your membership to a committee. So as you are added to a committee, you will have access to like the Engaged Committee files, the Finance Committee files. But a big resource that you guys have available is the ability to come in here and just kind of look for the programs that we have available. I know this says it updated in June of 2022, but these are live links that go to our website. So you can see the 2025 race series registration. You can see the resident job and training placement program, legacy resident protection program. All of this stuff is live and updated. So it's just a quick link if you don't want to go sifting through the website, but I find it really useful. There's our regular board of directors folder. This is where you'll find our D&O insurance. We're updating to the 2026 policy here shortly, but we have our bylaws, conflict of interest policy, and other stuff that you might need to access just in your day-to-day administration. So, any questions on the meetings or the resources or anything you have access to? Wonderful. So, I really like how Onboard just puts everything on your homepage so you don't have to go sifting through all the things I just showed you. your next meeting is right there. You can go to the agenda. You can just view all of the resources if you want. You can join from here. But this is my favorite part, which is the awaiting response. So you'll see everything that needs your approval. The minutes I haven't put in a vote for it yet. I haven't put in a vote for this yet, but surveys are a separate thing from approvals, but they will still need your eyes, your keystrokes. This one's really hard. Again, I wanted to test you guys. So like, oh no, a multiple choice question, a rating question. These are just all of the different formats that we may poll you for your opinion on something, or we might send out a document that just needs your eyes and your answer. This is also something that can use your signature in the future, but this is going to show up on your action items if we need your answer for, and you can see all of that from your homepage. You'll see the next meeting with the upcoming meetings. This is our vision, our mission, just for easy access, with a link to the page with our team, with our ABP board, which you guys will be added to on our website. And then another little quick look at all your meetings. Another action item, just in case you forgot. And then we actually recently updated this, so you guys are in the loop, as it were, but in the loop is our newsletter, and it comes out every single month, and we upload it here on Onboard, but it can go directly to your email in case you don't want to do the multiple keystrokes to get to Onboard to see it. So you can sign up very easily right here to receive this. Our team works really hard on it. There's an entire project that I've looked at, and it's got so many little things going on that we really appreciate every single reader that supports this this newsletter. This is under construction, but you'll see our events that are upcoming. And then this is another area for you to find our staff contact information. We have ABI, but we also have ABP here. So our emails are right there underneath our pictures. I look really good here. So just if you wanted to see that, but we update these as we receive new team members, and our pictures, we're going to be there in the new year. Our website is basically our Bible. That's where you want to, if you want to know anything about anything, it's there. If it doesn't look to be there, Michael, me, anybody that knows what's going on in ABP will have an answer for you. But yeah, trying to think. I don't think there's much of anything else. The nitty-gritty of it is meetings, approvals, surveys, and directory. That's really what we use. That's what you guys will use. Resources, that kind of thing. But tasks, we don't really use that. Actions, that again, that's just another way to see what you need to do. But it's pretty easy to use. It's very, very user-friendly. And if you have any questions upcoming, if you don't see what you think you need to see, let me know, and I'll make sure that you see it. See how many times I can say see in one sentence. But yeah, is there any questions on Onboard, the user experience, anything you've had issues with? Have you been puttering around in there?
So far, so good.
Cool.
I am good too.
Agreed.
Wonderful.
Right.
Yeah. So that's all of the information that I needed to shove in your brains. So I'm glad that there's no more questions. Like I said, I can answer anything that comes up later. But it's an easy thing, and we're just really glad to have you guys here to offer your expertise and to be a part of ABP. We're a small team, as Rob has said, and you guys really fill out our organization, let us reach new heights. That what are we, 8, 9, 10 people couldn't reach without you. So you're really joining a family here, and we appreciate that. And that's
Thank you,
me.
Shelby.
That's it.
Excellent. Thanks, Shelby.
Thank you, Shelby.
Yeah,
That was
thank
Shelby's
you.
first time doing this, obviously, since you just started with us. So great job. Really appreciate you walking everybody through it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can speak fast, but I will cover everything. And this recording will be available. Send it out.
Right.
Cool.
Nice.
Right.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your Friday morning. Rob, unless you have anything else, I think we can give them 20 minutes back.
Awesome. No, I
Thanks,
hope you all
Shelby.
have a wonderful weekend.
Great.
All
See you
right,
on
I
the
appreciate it.
31st.
You too.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
Thanks.
You too.
Everybody,
Bye.
you too.